Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. Today I'm doing my round 5 preview of Hurricanes versus Highlanders. So, starting off the Hurricanes, they were very impressive last week against the Chiefs. They won their first game in this whole competition, and it was also an away win as well, so a bonus really. And yeah, they're playing their second game at Sky Stadium in Wellington, so, hopefully they can win their first game at home, because the Crusaders did beat them in round 1, so yeah, they'll be hoping to win their first game. So yeah, at number 1, they've selected Ben May. At 2, they're going with Asopa Amora. At 3, they're going with Tyrell Lomax. At 4, they're going with James Blackwell. At 5, they've selected Scott Scrapton. At 6, they're going with Devin Flanders. At 7, they're going with Duplessis Karifi. And at 8, they're going with the main man, Artie Sevilla. So yeah, a very good looking forward pack, to say so myself. I mean, particularly with their loose forwards with Flanders, Karifi, and Sevilla. They should be pretty dangerous for them to break down. They also have a great pairing of locks with Blackwell and Scrapton. I can say Scrapton was pretty unlucky last week to get a red card because, the first one was kind of a team yellow and he was the person to get the yellow for it. And then the second one was just, you could say it was kind of clumsy from him. So, but yeah, it's good to see him within this starting lineup. Same as Blackwell. I praise about him all the time. He's definitely a up-and-coming lock that the All Blacks should definitely look into. And yeah, their forward pack, particularly with their front row, you can see that they've changed a bit there, with Ben May coming in for Fraser Armstrong and Asopa Moore coming in for Dan Coles. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. It's definitely interesting. I actually prefer Asopa Moore more now. I would say that, he was kind of overrated, you could say, at the time. He was talked a lot and I just didn't really know about him, and people are really hyping it up. But now that I've seriously watched him, I can definitely tell that he's the real deal, and he's someone that again, the All Blacks might look into. So yeah, other than that, I don't think they've changed anything to their forward pack. So moving on to their backs, they've gone with TJ Perenara at 9. He was the captain of the side once again. At 10, they're going with Fletcher Smith. At 11, they're going with Ben Lamb. At 12, they're going with Lea Mape. At 13, they're going with Vince Asso. At 14, they're going with Cobus Van Dijk. And at 15, they're going with Jordy Barrett. So yeah, very good looking back line, if I say so myself. Particularly with their wings, with Cobus Van Dijk and Ben Lamb, they should be pretty dangerous. And yeah, they're quick. So they should definitely cause a few problems for the Highlanders. And yeah, I would say the main man within that, the back line is Jordy Barrett. He was probably the star player, you could say the MVP within that last match against the Chiefs. So yeah, he was good. He just controlled that game really, and that's kind of what you expect from him really. So yeah, moving on to the bench, you can see that they have a very strong bench. They have the likes of Riccatelli. They have Alex Fido, they have Viva Fita, they have Jamie Booth, Ben Proctor, they have Wes Goosen. That's a pretty strong bench. And it just seems that they've, rested a lot of players, and it's one of the best benches I've definitely seen within this competition for sure. And just by looking at the back line, you can also see that they made some changes as well. With the likes of Fletcher Smith, he's in for Jackson Gordon Bishop. He was definitely, I think this is his second start within, for the Hurricanes, including, the previous Super Rugby competition. So yeah, it's definitely good to see Fletcher Smith in the side. He's pretty good. I wouldn't say he's as good as Gordon Bishop, because Gordon Bishop, I would say, has more potential, but yeah, no, it's good to see him within the lineup. As well as him, you have Vince Asso back within the side. He's I think he was rested last week. I might be wrong with that, but I think he might have been rested. So, yeah, he's replacing Peter Amanga Jensen, who he had a decent game. I wouldn't say it was impactful, but it was a decent game. So, but anyway, it's good to see Vince Asso back within the side. Other than that, I think that's the Hurricanes team done. So, moving on to the Highlanders, they've also made a few switches to their side following last week's loss to the Crusaders. At number 1, they're going with Aiden Johnstone. At 2, they're going with Ash Dixon, who's a co-captain of the side. At 3, they're going with Slade Takalahi. At 4, they're going with Perry Parkinson. At 5, they're going with Jack Wheaton. At 6, they're going with Shannon Rizal. At 7, they're going with Dylan Hunt. And at 8, they're going with Tudu. So yeah, the normal forward pack, you could kind of say, really. I mean, they have Ash Dixon back within the side. I think he was on the bench last week, so yes, he's back within the starting lineup. Same with Jack Whedon. I think he came off the bench from last week due to Josh Dixon having an injury. If I'm not mistaken, I think that injury was was it a knee or was it? I think it was a broken leg. I think Josh Dixon had a broken leg injury, so I think that rules him out for the remainder of the competition. Other than that, I mean, I can see that he was pretty impressive last week, so I mean, it's definitely deserved that Wheaton's within the side. And other than that, I mean, their loose forward trio of Frizzell, Hunt, and Tudu will definitely cause a few problems for the Hurricanes. I mean, that's probably going to be the key battle within this match is the loose forwards with the likes of Flanders, Creefy, and Sevilla for the Hurricanes, and Frizzell, Hunt, and Tudu for the Highlanders. So, yeah, it's really all down to who will win the breakdown, and because that's going to change the game really. Whoever has the ball, more likely to score. Moving on to the backs, they go with Aaron Smith at 9, who's also the co-captain of the side. At 10, they go with Mitch Hunt. At 11, they go with Jonah Nareki. At 12, they go with Tompkinson. At 13, they go with Rob Thompson. At 14, they go with Scott Gregory, and at 15, they go with Michael Collins. So yeah, it's definitely a changed backline from last week. You have Scott Gregory back within the side. He was, he had, you can say he made a few mistakes within that Blues game, but yeah, it's good to see him back from the side. He can try to redeem himself. And yeah, I think he's replacing Punavai, who was injured from last match. So yeah, unfortunate not to see him. And yeah, other than that, I don't think they've made really any more changes to their back line. Moving on to their bench, they have a decent bench really. I mean, they have the likes of Coltman, Daniel Leonard-Brown. They have Bryn Gatlin. It's Hamilton. I mean, it's a decent bench. I'm not going to say it's the strongest bench I've seen so far. I mean, there's a few players there who can make an impact. I mean, I think the only player who can make a massive impact for the Highlanders is really Coltman, because he's a tank and he definitely can score a few tries. But other than that, it's just a decent bench. Moving on to the prediction, I'd say this is one of the more easier predictions I can do throughout this, all the videos I've done so far. The Hurricanes have won their last 4 games at Sky Stadium against the Highlanders, so it's a record that they're going to want to keep, but it's also what the Highlanders will want to ruin that record as well. So yeah, you could say it might be close, but I've actually gone for 29-12 to the Hurricanes. So yeah, I'm actually saying the Hurricanes might just run away with it. Really, I mean, I think they'll do well. I think they'll just do what they did last week and run away with it within the first half, and then they might decline, you could say, or just not play as well within the second. But yeah, I think they'll hold their own. So yeah, 29-12 is my final prediction. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys can like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.